Sarah got hurt when curling the hair, but the teapot next to her made a strange noise. Curious, she opened it and found an extra $200 inside. Surprised, she tried again, deliberately curling her hair again, while staring at the teapot. This time, it was $700 appeared. Gosh! It turned out that whenever she hardly touched herself, the teapot would spit out money. By the time her husband, JJ, came home, Sarah was already covered in bruises, but she just couldn't stop. In a moment of desperation, she slapped JJ across the face. Instantly, thousands of monies poured out from the teapot. She quickly told him about its secret, but JJ was skeptical at first, thinking the money had been placed inside beforehand. However, after testing it himself and seeing the results, he finally believed her. Although thrilled by their discovery, JJ felt uneasy watching Sarah repeatedly doing this. He suggested returning the teapot to the antique shop where they had bought it, but when they arrived, the shop had mysteriously shut down. With no other option, they decided to keep the teapot but made a promise. They would stop once they had made $1 million. Thus, they began to execute their plan. Hair removal, tooth extraction, tattoos. No matter how hard, they endured it. And each time, they pushed the limits further. Soon, they earned their first fortune. They paid off all their debts, bought luxury cars and diamonds, and moved into a lavish villa. They even hosted grand parties, attracting the attention of friends who once looked down on them. However, as time passed, the teapot began spitting out less and less money. Their minor damage was no longer enough to satisfy the pot. In a desperate attempt to maintain their luxurious lifestyle, JJ think of another plan. He went to a bar and got beaten. But soon, they could no longer take it. This was not a sustainable solution. One day, while watching a child fall off his skateboard, Sarah noticed something shocking. The teapot spit out a large sum of money. They realized they didn't have to make it to themselves. They could profit from other people's damage too. From that day on, they sought out places where pain was common. Boxing gyms, tattoo parlors, even hospital delivery rooms. Wherever there was pain, they were there, watching and collecting money. Their fortune grew rapidly. But then, an unexpected guest arrived. A man claiming to be an archaeology professor knocked on their door. Without hesitation, Sarah refused to let him in. But before leaving, he warned them, "Your situation is very dangerous." At first, they dismissed his words. However, his warning soon came true. One night, two mysterious individuals broke into their home and took all their money. Strangely, they ignored the teapot, only taking the cash. Before leaving, they revealed that the teapot belonged to their grandmother and that the money rightfully belonged to them. Why did they take the money but leave the teapot behind? Could the teapot hold a darker secret? Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah and JJ sought out the professor. He revealed that the teapot had existed for 5,000 years, passing through the hands of countless owners. Yet, without exception, none of them had a good ending. But Sarah refused to give up. She believed they were not bad people. They had never directly harmed anyone. Everything they did was simply to create a better life for themselves. This captivating movie is called The Brass Teapot.